Okay, I believe we should be live. Gonna get this bad boy set up, and then we can begin. Okay, the audio sounds good. Almost ready to begin. Alright, I think we should be set now. Got 2 games on the slate. Got to find out who makes the OFL Bowl, the Jags and the Jets, along with the Cardinals and the Bucks. So I have not decided the order. What's good, noob? Welcome. I have not decided the order, so I figured I'd ask you guys. According to the Discord I asked like 5 minutes ago, it seems like starting with the AFC game is a more popular idea, but I'll leave it up to a vote here. So I'll give it like 2 minutes. Type in the chat which one you want to see first, Jags, Jets, or Cardinals, Buccos. 2 good games. Should be interesting. Will we get the OFL Bowl we expect with the 2 leading MVP candidates, Joe Burrow and Alexei Smirnov? Or will we see an upset with the Jets and the Bucks possibly trying to shock the world? Bucks coming off a blowout. Jets just beat the defending champs. So, it's possible. I mean, RMP is not immune to playoff losses, and the Cardinals did lose in the NFC Championship last year. That's 1 for Jets, Jags. I don't really care which one we start with, so your offense needs to keep clicking. How did the Bucs defense do in the first playoff game again? They allowed 21. Okay. I mean, Tampa Bay's defense isn't stacked. They're led by their offense, so you guys should have no problem scoring the ball. I know Boomy in the Discord also said that we should start the AFC game. I imagine he'll be here within the next few minutes, most likely. Number 1 for Jets, Jags. Yeah, it seems like Jets, Jags is probably the one people want to see first. Siri, give me a whole number between 1 and 2. Siri selected 1, so we will be using the New York Football Jets. Jets won the OFL Bowl in the sim year, and their roster has not changed a ton, other than Matt Ryan turning into a grandpa. None of these games... Well, since your team's not in it, I guess that makes sense. Which jersey should we rock with? Do we want to go all green, all white, regular away, throwbacks? Jets don't have any special throwbacks. Well, we could go with these, but I don't think we want to look at that on the field. Or this. This is not much better. EA gives us a game that interests us in the LFL Bowl. I mean, Jags and Cardinals would be best for storylines. But who knows what EA has up their sleeves? You never really know with this game. I didn't even notice the All Blacks. Yeah, we could if people want to see the All Blacks, are they the alternates? Yeah, we could go with All Blacks if everybody agrees. Superstars and Superstar X Factors. We got Derrick Henry, Joe Burrow, Chase Young, Keenan Allen, Justin Houston, Bobby Wilson, Melvin Kidd, Matt Ryan, Jerry Jeudy, Justin Simmons, Kenny Golladay, Isaiah Simmons, Devin Bush, William Jackson, Darren Lee, and Zendaya Washington, a.k.a. Jags card. Yeah, we can get the all-black preview. Okay. That's actually kind of a good idea. Let's rock with it. RMP coming off his first playoff win ever, I think. And never thought I'd see the day, you know? But if he can win a playoff game, his team can do anything, right? Maybe RMP will graduate from the lowest tier of EA hating people. It'll be just like Nick, RSV, and Husker left if RMP wins a ring. Need to win it all this year. It's going to be, well, I wouldn't say it's going to be easy. I mean, there are 3 good teams left, but I guess if there's a year to do it for you guys with your impending salary situations, this is probably the year to do it. Get a look at Mr. Joe Burrow, one of the top 2 vote getters for the MVP. I took a look at the results again last night. There were a few more votes, and the MVP race is actually closer than it was originally, which all the awards will be revealed tomorrow. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I guess I'm going to figure it out. Well, of course you hope it's easy. If I was you, I would hope it would be easy too, but Bucks aren't easy. Neither of these teams are easy, especially Jacksonville with this fella at quarterback. Will EA screw over one of these teams, specifically the Jaguars, in the dumbest way possible? Will we see that today? There were a few dumb ways to lose in the divisional round, like the Dolphins' clock management, being a yard short. The Dolphins lost by 8, right? I think they lost that game by 8, yeah. So far, so good for the Jags. 2 early catches, I think both by Justin Jefferson, who was really good in that Dolphins game. He seems to be the go-to target rather than Judy. Judy did not do a whole lot in that last game. Five for Madison. Second, he's going to go short to Madison. Yup. I mean, it wasn't a bad play. They got 12. I'm not criticizing the decision, but that's the most EA-type decision ever, to go short. Although that was Burrow's first short pass of the game. He is more aggressive than most. Jags having no issues. They bring you to the 10. Isn't Judy really... If you put Judy in the slot, then yes, he's really cheesy. I think he was in the slot the first couple years, but I don't think he was this year. Because I think Jefferson's numbers were a lot better. But that goes for most receivers in this game, but especially Judy. Him in the slot is nasty. You're on cart duty at work, so you're super cold because it's raining. Well, that's not fun. It's raining up there, too. It's raining here. David Njoku with the touchdown. So far, so good for Jacksonville. We're only 4 minutes in, but their offense is going to be playing like this all day. I don't know if the Jets have much of a shot. Imagine if the Jets and Cardinals lose in the conference championships, because they were the 2 teams who lost last year. Jets lost to us, and the Cardinals lost to Carolina. So that'd be a little bit depressing if they both lost again. Should you put the now 91 overall CeeDee Lamb in the slot? Honestly, probably not, since he's already really good. What I was doing, at least for FGFL, when I had Judy, was I put him in the slot, and then he became a machine. He quickly was in the 90s with X Factor, so then I planned on putting someone else in the slot. So I would almost put someone else who you want to develop in there, because CeeDee Lamb's already really good as is. Or I would put someone who's like super good with the ball in their hands, because the slot receivers catch more passes than the outside receivers in this game. So I would want someone who is really good after the catch, or someone who's super young and needs to be developed. Strong start for the Jet Engines, he says sarcastically. Hope that only one of those teams that lost last year lose again. Ah, yes. Noob clearly wants the Jets to win, which would imply that he wants Arizona to lose. Okay, so if Reggie Rutledge is the onion who you really want to develop, then yeah, I'd put him in the slot. Does anyone have insane... Well, I do. Doesn't mean I'm... Well, I mean, Deontay Harris is fast, but he's also 5'6". Maybe we should trade him, because we have a lot of guys to pay. So, for the right offer, I'm willing to trade 90-something speed, 5'6", Deontay Harris. Derrick Henry's going to be a problem today, isn't he? I think the only way the Jets win is if Derrick Henry goes berserk. Well, I mean, if the Jets can beat us, they can beat Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville's been the better team than us this year, but not by an insanely wide margin. Tyler Lockett for Deontay Harris. That's going to be a no. Harris has superstar, so he would actually need to. I'd need to get picks back, and you don't really have picks, so I would need a really good young player then. Really want Amari Cooper away from completing the Cowboys receiving core. Yeah, it's a shame the Bills don't have the coach because you could trade for him. Dyson is hurt. Why did I press X? I should have seen it if he went to the locker room or not. Oh well. Third and 7. Oh, I thought that was the Jags for a second. Because the Jags are home. I instinctively thought that they were wearing black for a second, so I thought that was an interception. But it's definitely not. I need to adjust myself that the Jags are wearing white. And the Jets... I'm not used to seeing the Jets in black. I'm more used to seeing the Jags in black. So, it might take a little bit to adjust. Is that going to be a face mask? No, it's a hold. It was an awfully late flag for it to be a hold, though.
Come on, you serious?
Harrison Bryant with the flag. Jets offense does not look too bad. They haven't really moved as quickly as Jacksonville's, but they're not playing poorly today by any means. Ryan sacked on second down. Brian Burns brings down the QB. That's a big play. Now it's 3rd and 1. Jets need a big play here or else they will not have the lead going into the second quarter. Well, no, they'll be losing going into the second quarter because if they scored a touchdown, it'd be tied. So, I'm dumb. And they're going to throw a check down because this is an EA video game and they actually got the first. Holy cow, how did that work? He threw it 5 yards downfield. I guess Madden is trying to outsmart us. What? What a dumb decision, but it works. Maybe EA is trying to stick up the middle finger to RMP early today. Earlier than expected. That's an awfully weird play call. Or not a weird play call, a weird decision. But it's EA, so you're going to see a lot of those. Derrick Henry loses 6. How does any human being push him back that far? Nice play by Devin Bush. Third and long. Is Matty Ice going to pull something else? Another rabbit out of his hat? Not quite. Looks like Matt Ryan went 8 of 8 on that drive, and they still didn't score a touchdown. So a long possession, but unless they go for it, which I don't think they will in the second quarter, no. They do score, but I feel like they should have scored more there. Now we get to see some more Joe Burrow. Joe is in the zone. That is fairly significant. I think he was on the zone for most of last drive too, so not an ideal spot if you're the Jets defense, who Jets defense wasn't not even all that good in the first 2 playoff games. I mean, they weren't bad, but this could be a long day for them if Joe carves them up, which is a very realistic possibility. Third and 5. They get the first. There's not been an incompletion yet. Matt Ryan is 8 of 8. Joe Burrow 6 of 6. That's pretty impressive. I thought the QB sliders were moved down. Hey, I see. Oh, there's an incompletion. Would you look at that? First one of the game, and we're like halfway done the second quarter. Hi, I beat you.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Boomy wasn't expecting that. Alexander Madison's done like nothing today, and it hasn't mattered. But wasn't he good in the divisional round game against the Dolphins? I think he was. That was bad. He lost like 3. Well, the Jets finally get a stop. Their defense has really done enough. Well, I guess their run defense has been good, but their pass defense has been not good. Joe Burrow's under pressure, escapes it, going deep downfield for Judy to the 6. 35 yards. Why did the Jets just choose not to cover the opposing team's best receiver? That is odd. I mean, you do UEA, but I would try to cover Jerry Jeudy deep, and they did not. Now the 2-minute warning. Pretty quick game so far. Nothing crazy other than the Jags completely dominating on offense so far. They only have 7 points, but this is also only their second drive. Burrow, again, what a move. I think that's 2 touchdowns for David Njoku. Did he not have the first one? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, second receiving touchdown of the game. Joe Burrow was moving that pocket like Houdini. Jets can score all they want, but if the Jags offense is going to play like this, and if EA's not going to go against RMP, then it's going to be very hard to beat them. Do the Jags have the what? The haul? I'm confusion. Oh, do you mean do they get the ball in the second half? They don't. But they do have the ball now! A fumble! If it stands, it could be a 3-score game going into halftime. But no, the Jets do start the ball. But that's big. That ball looks clean out, too. Looked like one of the defensive linemen forced it. Sidney Jones picks it up. The Jags could realistically make this a sim going into halftime. I predicted the Jags to win this game, but I was not expecting this much of a blowout. Yeah, no review. The play stands. And on the first play of the drive, Keenan Allen takes it to the house. Joe Burrow is dominating the Jets' defense right now. An incredible start for Jacksonville. Now, the Jets could still score before halftime, but New York looks lost at the moment. An RMP team is really bad to go to the OFL Bowl. I never thought this would happen. Even with how good the Jags have been this year. One more Jags touchdown? Yes! It has to be 28-3. And then the Jets have to win the game. I mean, the Jets have Matt Ryan. He knows a thing about 28-3. RMP knows a thing about 28-3 with his Falcons. So if there's going to be a 28-3 choke, it's going to be today. That would be like the ultimate EA middle finger. That would be hilarious. I almost hope that happens now. Although I think the Jags would be the funner team to have in the OFL Bowl for the memes. That would be amazing. I don't know how that worked. Matt Ryan's not even doing bad. He's 11 of 11. He has not thrown an incompletion, and his team is down by 18 points. That is pretty remarkable. I mean, the quarterback on the other side has 1 incompletion and 3 touchdowns, but that's neither here nor there. Whenever RMP comes to the stream, his team loses in the playoffs, and whenever he doesn't come, his team wins. He's like the bad luck charm. Jets have not used a timeout yet. Oh, I jinxed it. Announcer jinx is real. Matt Ryan, you bum. Throw a pick 6. The Jets will be the type of team to run out the clock here and kick a field goal. Okay, they won't. Matt Ryan finally throws an incompletion. Took him nearly 2 quarters. Imagine saying that and knowing the score. Like, if I knew it was going to take Matt Ryan this long to miss passes, I would assume the Jets would at least have had this game close. Third and 10. The Jets do get the first down to the 10. They're probably going to call time. So can the Jets punch it into the end zone and get back in the game? Well, a field goal does make it a 2-score game, so they wouldn't be out of it if they only score a field goal, but that's what they needed. They needed 6. Dallas Goedert with the touchdown. So the Jags are still in prime position to win the game. The Jets have ran the ball 3 times. They have Derrick Henry on their team, and they've ran the ball 3 times. The Jets deserve to be losing by 11. You cannot have Derrick Henry and give him the ball 3 times. I get that Matt Ryan's played well, but geez. That's pretty embarrassing. The Jags have all 3 timeouts. I would guess they're going to run the clock out because this game is wusses like that. Yeah, Jacksonville's not going to call timeouts. But it's still good first half for Jacksonville. Joe Burrow looks like a machine at the moment. The Jets' stupidity made it where 28-3 is not possible. Well, we can make a new meme, 35-10. The Jags are going to be up 35-10 and lose the game. Wasn't there a real NFL game where a team was up like 35-0 in the playoffs and they lost? Didn't that happen to like the Oilers or something? I think like Frank Reich or something was either the quarterback on the team who choked or on the team who won. I think it was like the Oilers and the Bills or something. So, who knows? We've seen crazier. Jets start the ball. If they score here, they make it a 1-score game, so they really need to score. Oh, now they run the ball. Not even with Derrick Henry, though. Why is Derrick Henry not in the football game? I'm confuzzled. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Oilers were the team who won the game. I think. I mean, if anyone's going to mess up an opportunity in the playoffs, it's going to be the Buffalo Bills. It's not like they made 4 straight Super Bowls and didn't win a single one or anything. Oh, now Derrick Henry's in the game, but it's a pass. I mean, they're throwing the ball well, so keep throwing it, but if you're going to run the ball, you got to give it to the big man. Oh, the Oilers were the one who choked? Oh, okay. I wasn't entirely sure. I just knew it was the Oilers and the Bills. Another run for Sony Michel. Now Derrick Henry's in the game. And now he actually gets the ball. Didn't do much there, but actually he lost a yard. Nice tackle by Jeff Gladney. But that should not discourage them from keeping to give him the ball. Seen it on a video the other week. Nice. Matty Ice up the middle. I think that's A.J. Brown here with the lurk. Thank you for lurking, Pepperjack. I appreciate that. Why does A.J. Brown do nothing in watch games and, like, every year he's an Offensive Player of the Year candidate and his numbers are ridiculous? The Jets' offense is still playing well today, but it really doesn't matter if they're not going to get a stop, which has been the case. Oh, the Tigers scored. Wow, that's pretty rare for them. They don't do that very often. David Garcia is done. Get him out of the game. Go Tigers. That was a pretty good impression of that O. Go Tigers. Okay, that one was not as good. below, where the Tigers are winning. Are we going to beat the Yankees twice in a row? That'd be pretty impressive. Jets are struggling to punch it in. You know why? Because you have Derrick Henry on your team and you're giving it to frickin' Sony Michel. Now they're going to throw it, and now it's going to work, because that's how EA does it. Gappy Galladay, Kenny Galladay with the score. Jets are only down by 4. This game is not... Oh, no, they're going for 2. Yeah, why did I not see that coming? They can make it a field goal deficit. Obviously, they're going to go for 2. I don't think he's in. Nope. He was in for a second, but ran backwards and got stopped. Yankees are playing terrible. Yeah, you're playing terrible if you lose to the Tigers of all teams. Especially when Garrett Cole was starting in yesterday's case. Getting shut out by a pitcher who's making his major league debut. I mean, Alec Manoah was good. Okay, we don't need to see David Njoku game. Thank you, game. If I want to see him catch passes in a Jaguars uniform, I can do it myself. I said it correct. What, that Manoah's good? I said a correct thing. I know that can be rare for me. Another nice throw for Joe. He's given up 1 run from AAA in the majors. How many innings has he pitched? Yeah, this Jets defense could not stop a team of grandmothers. Or maybe the Jags offense is just that good. I think it's probably a little bit of both. I mean, if we have Jacksonville and Arizona in the LFL Bowl, as we all expect, I mean, there are going to be fireworks in that game. 30 innings and 1 run. Jeez, that is impressive.
That's good for another Jacksonville. Alexander Madison, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8. Keenan Allen again. I think he scored earlier. Doesn't there. So that on the 3rd quarter. The Jets make it closer, but the Jags have it at the 5, and their offense still has shown 0 signs of slowing down anytime soon. It's kind of wild. We're going into the 4th quarter of an AFC Championship game, and it's within 1 score, but it doesn't feel like a 1-score game. It doesn't feel that close. If the Jets get a stop here, force Jacksonville to take a field goal, then yeah, maybe it will feel close. Why does weather always affect the Blue Jays, Indians games in Cleveland every year? That is a good question. I just guess luck. Nice touchdown by Madison. I think that's Jonah Williams who's hurt. But the Jags do score nonetheless. "69-yard drive. Nice. Nice. I think the Jets' best bet is to score, take some time off to where they feel like they have to go for an onside kick, get the onside kick and score again. I think that's really their only realistic shot to win the game. Other than that, unless EA does something totally crazy against RMP, which I suppose is also possible, it wouldn't be the first time that happened. Waiting for Vladdy, think he's in the home run derby again? Well, I mean, Vladdy made the home run derby when he had like 9 home runs. So if he wants to be in it, he's going to be in it. It's not like MLB The Show where it's just the top 8 guys. Like, name value obviously helps him, and the fact that he's also towards the top of the AL in home runs, I imagine he'll get a first invite. So if he wants to be in, he'll be in. But yeah, he knows how to hit home runs in Cleveland. That matchup was really fun. That was the last home run derby, right? Because there wasn't any last year. That was 2019. Yeah, since Vlad was a rookie. So Jock's had that title 2 years in a row. Jock won, right? I think so. I think Jock won.
Ryan's pass complete to Kenny Galladay. A gain of 16 yards.
OPS, RBIs, average, a bunch of other stats. Well, he's pretty impressive. Any new Orioles today or soon? The next Oriole episode will be tomorrow.
Ryan's pass.
That is the plan. Oh, Big Meat Pete won. Yeah, I know Jock did really well in that derby. But now that you say it, yeah, I think Pete did win. Matt Ryan is 24 of 28, 241 and 2 touchdowns. That is really good. His team is also down by 12 with 5 minutes left. Jock lost to Vladdy. Okay, yeah, that was the one round there where they had like 40 home runs or whatever. Okay. Harper won back when the Nationals fans actually liked him. Odd times. 40 each, good lord. How was that not intercepted? 20, I think that's Jeff Gladney. He had it right in his hands. Playing 2K15 my career, anytime you pass the ball to a teammate who's either open, they refuse to shoot or shoot a brick. That's exactly how it was for the Beyonce series last year. Like, there were so many times, if I remember correctly, where the shot clock ran out because all of my teammates did not want to shoot. It was so weird. Can you get tips on a schedule for MLB? It's hard, lots of, like, are you implying how many games should you play? Nice sack by Burns there. For the Orioles series, I usually play, I don't know, 15 games a year. And December rest, so I guess pick out a couple games per month. Do a couple minor league games here and there if you want. Per episode, I mean, I usually do 2. If you want to, like, show a full game, then maybe 1. Or if you want to, like, cut them down extra, then maybe 3 or 4. But for, like, the length I do, I like to do 2. But then with minor league, I usually do 1 for each level, so 3. 4th and 8, this is pretty much the game here. If the Jets don't get it, I don't think they can win. Ryan for the end zone. What a catch by Galladay. Was he in? They say he was not. Wow. Holy cow. I'll get back to the chat in a second. We have to see if he was in. 1. No, he only got 1. The officials made the right call. What the heck? Why can't I go into Super Sim? It's not... Guys, it's not letting me go into Super Sim. Do I have to run a play as the Jets? Okay, I'm not cheating. I'm not going to use her the defensive lineman, but it's making me do it. So... Oh, that's why, because it's a booth review. I was wondering why it wasn't letting me go into Super Sim. That makes a lot more sense. But yeah, he was not in. Either highlights or a full game. Yeah, full game 1, highlights 2 to 3, I would say. But yeah, there's no way they can have that play reversed. Okay. The officials made the right call. And now I can Super Sim. Okay. I thought I was going to have to run a play. I would have just, like, been on the defensive tackle and not did anything with him. But the Jags can punch their ticket to the OFL Bowl right here. All they got to do is get a couple first downs and end it. How is EA going to screw it up for RMP today? The Jags have ran it 15 times. They've passed it 15 times. Whereas the Jets, they've gone like 90% passes. Madison with a first down. That pretty much does it. Another first down officially ends it because the Jets will be out of timeouts. When is the draft for the Orioles? Probably 3 episodes away. I think I'm going to do... The next episode I started recording today. I think we're going to go through end of April, beginning of May. Then the following episode, we'll talk about the minor leagues. We'll go through all of May. And then I think the episode after that will be the draft. When will Lenny will be introduced pretty soon. I was going to introduce him in the opening day episode. But right after I, rendered the video off the PlayStation, I realized I forgot. And it was kind of too late to show him. So I figured I would just introduce him when we play his team. Madison gets for first. That's game. Jacksonville is going to the OFL Bowl. I cannot believe those words are coming out of my mouth. An RMP-led team is going to the championship game. Jacksonville with a 28-16 win over the Jets, led by a great performance by Joe Burrow, who threw 3 touchdowns. All of which came in the first half, and he didn't really have to try in the second half. Do him in the next... Well, I don't think we play his team super soon. Because I know what team he's on. I wanted it to be someone in the division. Because we'll actually know him. I won't share the team until we get to them. But the next time they're on the schedule, I do plan on playing his team. Matt Ryan was really good. 29-34, 284, 2 touchdowns. But... Joe Burrow had a perfect passer rating, and his team won the game, only throwing 1 incompletion. Burrow didn't even have to try in the second half. He might have thrown 3 or 4 passes after halftime. RMP made it. He did it. Alexander Madison, 22. No. Derrick Henry at 22. Madison at 59. Why did Derrick Henry get the ball 5 times? That's foul. That's criminal. The Jets had the top 5 receivers in receptions. They had 3 of the top 4 in yards. Yet, their quarterback was outplayed. What division? He's in the AFC East. The AFC East. No, the AL East. Wrong sport. But I wanted him in our division just so he would actually get to play him. International free agency is probably the episode after the draft, which I'm going to do something special for. I'm starting, planning out something big for the international free agency. So... I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it. I'm not sure if it's going to sort of coincide with the draft. That doesn't make a lot of sense to you, but I'll explain it when we get there. 1 game down, 1 to go. Who is playing Jacksonville? Siri, give me a whole number between 1 and 2. Siri just said no. Don't be feisty with me, Siri. Give me a number between 1 and 2. Nope, that's not what I want. Give me a whole number between 1 and 2. Siri is not being cooperative. Oh, there we go. Siri picks 1. Okay, so we'll use her the Bucks. Did I say Rams? I meant the Bucks. Obviously. Not the Rams. Where are the Bucks? There they are. I forgot how my alphabets worked. Is he a Yankee? Well, I will say this. We did not already play against his team in an actual, played game. And we may or may not have already played the Yankees. The OFL Bowl will be Monday, and the off-season is going to be right after. All right, what jerseys do we want for the Bucks? Do we want to go regular away, all red, all black? Creamsicles, other throwbacks. Bucks have a lot of options. The recent throwbacks, but not as recent throwbacks. And of course, where are the creamsicles? They're probably the alternate classic. Yeah. So no Blue Jays. No, he is not a Blue Jay. The second game was the Yankees, so he's not a Yankee. The other 2 teams in the division do both need first baseman, so if you win, we'll have the best OFL Bowl matchup. We might really have it. I'm rooting for Arizona just so we can have an Arizona-Jacksonville matchup. Although I wouldn't hate to see the Bucks win. Put it this way, I would prefer to see the Bucks win the OFL Bowl than the Jets. I think the Bucks are a little bit more interesting, and I think the Jags and the Bucks would be a a funner game than the Cardinals and the Jets. But I think the most fun we could have is Arizona-Jacksonville. That would be a blast. Red Sox, Rays wouldn't sign him if it was realistic because the Rays are cheapos. Well, maybe Lenny Lane is also a cheapo. X Factors, we got Devontae Adams, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, who ran for, what, 280 yards last week? Miles Jack, DeMarcus Lawrence, Jordan Love, Von Miller, Michael Kendricks, and then superstars Minka Fitzpatrick, Terry McLaurin, Alexei Smirnov, C.J. Henderson, Patrick Queen, Jamison Crowder, Avonte Maddox, Gilbert Knight, and the Auburn legend himself, Cameron Newton. The big storyline all year has been the MVP battle between Joe Burrow and Alexei Smirnov, and we could have those two facing off in the OFL Bowl if Arizona wins today. Lenny Lane is, yes, Lenny Lane's going to be an absolute cheat code. His numbers are absurd. Can't field at all, though. His fielding stats are at like 10. But, yeah, his numbers are going to be nuts. It's nighttime in Arizona. What? Why would it be night in Arizona? When is this game being played? At like midnight Eastern time? That'd be the only excuse for this game to be at night. Oh well, the night sky does make it look cooler, even though geographically that really makes no sense. If this game's being played at like 7 Eastern time, then it would be the lightest day out here in Arizona. What is his overall? It is somewhere in the 90s. I don't remember exactly, but he's pretty freaking good. Bucks start the ball, so we get to see Jordan Love, Christian McCaffrey, and company first. Tampa Bay is the only team in the playoffs so far to field a sim as they beat the Bulldogs by 24 points. Bucks have been in the playoffs, I think, all 3 years, but have not been able to get over the hump. Did Arizona make it the first year? No. Yeah, I think they just missed out, and then obviously they've made it the past 2 years. So he'll be a DH. If his team uses him correctly, yes, he'll be a DH. If not, then someone needs to be fired. There's Tucker for... I did not mean to press circle. I thought I was pressing X. Imagine if the Bucks upset the Cardinals. That would be surprising. I feel like now that we know that RMP is actually going to make the OFL Bowl, I feel like the game is going to give us Smirnov versus Burrow, which I think is what the people want. But, I mean, Jordan Love is darn good too. Don't get it twisted. He's not been as good as either of those two have been this year, but he does have Superstar X Factor, and he almost made the MVP ballot. I think he was like the top guy left off. Look at McCaffrey go! Look at McCaffrey go! 63 yards for a touchdown, as good as Kamara was in the divisional round. Christian McCaffrey, I think, might have had 200 yards as well. So, as good as the two quarterbacks are, we might just see these two teams just run the ball with ease. Cardinals' run defense is really good in watch games, but Christian McCaffrey is also really good in watched and sim. So the Bucks score, they make an early statement. Now we get to see the MVP frontrunner for most of this season, the Russian Rocket, Alexei Smirnov and the Arizona Cardinals. They dominated the Rams' defense a week ago. Gain of 8. Start the possession. Devontae Adams did not get a target in Arizona's win over Los Angeles, and Devontae Adams was an Offensive Player of the Year candidate. You have a feeling we're getting Jags Bucks? Calm down. The game started 2 minutes ago. If Alvin Kamara gets a fraction of what he had... Oh, okay. I was about to say if he gets a fraction of the amount of yards he had last week, then probably not. But that might not be the case because he is hurt. Is he going to the locker room? That's the question. He is not. Okay, so he is completely fine. He'll be out for a few plays. That could have been really bad for the Cardinals having to go into the locker room and not return to the game. Who is this Braxton Berrios? Yeah, they don't have a lot of depth at running back behind Kamara, it looks like. He fractured his hand when you said factor. Well, if he was going to the locker room, then maybe, but it seems like he's fine. He'll be back in the game at the latest at the start of the next drive, I would think. So far, so good for Berrios, though. He's been fine. Has a nice first down run. Seems like the Cardinals are again committed to running the football, which is fine if Smirnoff's going to be making throws like that. Jordan Love is shaking his head. What the heck did I just see? Smirnoff backing up as if he's going to launch a moonshot, and he does for the end zone. Davante Adams with the touchdown. We know what Alexei Smirnoff is capable of, and it's stuff like that. Holy cow. Davante Adams didn't catch a pass last week. Then on the first drive of the game, 46-yard touchdown. This is going to be a good football game. This is going to be fun. Tell me if this is stupid. How can you move a starter to a reliever, but he goes down 5 overall points? If he goes from a reliever to a starter, he should go up. I would probably agree with that. Yeah, that is stupid. Huh. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense. I guess if you're a reliever, the game is hoping like your velocity and break and stuff is a lot better, since you should be throwing harder since you pitch less, but that does seem kind of dumb. I agree. It should be flipped. 6'2" point guard is basically Dikembe Mutombo on rookie difficulty, probably. Or maybe not. What is his wingspan, like 6'11"? Will Fuller for 12. It doesn't really look like either of these defenses are going to try, which is fine. We might just have an offensive slugfest. Love, I think, over to Scary Terry. It's on All-Star? Well, dang, that's impressive that a 6'2" point guard plays like Dikembe Mutombo on All-Star. I thought McCaffrey was about to break that one again. Jordan Romano should be an 83. If he's basically unhittable, wouldn't he be higher than an 83? I don't know exactly how good he is. I don't watch a ton of Blue Jay games, but you have 3 blocks versus the Bulls, and you've been averaging 1 block a game. That's pretty impressive for a 6'2" guard. Not much for CMC. Yeah, Kamara looks good on the sidelines. And Alexei Smirnoff looks like he's about to try to block DeMarcus Lawrence. I wouldn't want that if I was DeMarcus Lawrence. Smirnoff is a big dude. Best reliever in one of the best bullpens. Then shouldn't it be higher than 883? Did he catch that? Oh my goodness. What a grab by Tucker. Oh, snap. I didn't think he was going to hold on to that. This literally might be whoever gets the ball last wins. Or whoever gets the 1 stop. That's a good start for the Cardinal defense. McCaffrey loses 5. Brought down by Rock Yassin. Love is not thrown an incompletion yet. I don't think why is the QB accuracy so good? I definitely changed the slider recently. I mean, that gives us more interesting offensive games, but everybody's throwing 80%. 3rd and goal. Does McCaffrey get number 2? He will. Bucks answer right back. They take the lead. 56 seconds left of the first quarter for the Cardinals. We'll see if they can try to quickly answer back. Smirnov almost... That would have been a nice gain of like 30. Davante Adams was wide open. Ah, yes, the great strategy of playing defense and choosing not to cover Davante Adams. It worked on the last drive, and he was wide open for a 46-yard touchdown. Smirnov has missed it. The only inaccurate quarterback today has been Smirnov. I get he's not the best in the short game, but... Other than his deep pass to Davante Adams, Smirnov has not been all that impressive. Yet, we'll see if that changes. 3rd and 10. Kamara with the catch. Does he get the first? He does not. The Bucs get a stop. I didn't think we'd see one all game from either side. Did not mean to press circle again. We might get ourselves a water punt. Ooh, not quite. That was close. Almost. Almost a water punt for Jamie Gillian.
At their own 20-yard line.
I don't want to see Christian McCaffrey run like that. We already saw it earlier today, and we're probably going to see it again because he's Christian McCaffrey. More than 46 yards. Smirnov was like 10 yards back. Yeah, Smirnov, yeah, that was like a 65-yard pass. You're right. Smirnov never hits his short... Well, I mean, his short accuracy is low. I guess that's the reason. But he just needs to take yeets all day because they work. First quarter in the books. It looks like the Bucs have came to play. They lead 14-7. Jordan Love and Christian McCaffrey both look quite good. Arizona has played fine. I would not be worried if I was the Cardinals yet, but their defense has not looked very good either.
Christian McCaffrey, the ball carrier. The tackle by Avante Maddox. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the 40.
Jordan Love under a little bit of pressure. How did that work? That should have been intercepted. Short accuracy is like 80 at this point. Yeah, that's not even that bad. He should not be missing throws like that if it's at 80. McCaffrey with a first down of a 25. Tampa Bay's offense is rolling at the moment. I wouldn't say clearly. I mean, the Bucs have been the better team so far, but there's still over 2.5 quarters to go. Not that your defenses look very encouraging at all.
Christian McCaffrey on the carry. Brought down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up
2nd and 5. Jordan Love's first incompletion of the game.
Intended for Will Fuller. Incomplete.
3rd and 5. Nice pressure from Miller, but they do get the first down. Tampa Bay is still rolling.
Complete to Terry McLaurin. First and goal, Tampa Bay.
Nice start for Scary Terry. First and goal, Jordan Love. Not much there.
Love's pass. Complete to number 84. A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the 4-yard line.
What is happening in the basketball game? Last I checked, the Blazers were up by a lot. CMC loses 5. Tigers are up 6-1. How? Yeah, Portland has that one in the bag.
The tackle made back at the 9-yard line.
Third and goal. Jordan Love under pressure. Can he get more magic here? He did! The Bucs extend their lead even further. Jordan Love is on fire at the moment.
The kicker on for the point after. His kick is good. Makes the score Buccaneers 21, Cardinals 7.
Is tomorrow's Orioles episode a premiere? No. The next Oriole premiere will be the draft. Dare someone to go to a playoff game while your team didn't make the playoffs to wear that jersey and see the reactions? So what, like, hypothetically, if I went to a Sixer playoff game in a Piston jersey, I don't think anyone would really say anything. You'll be lurking back to work I go. Well, thanks for lurking. I should live stream the off season. Are you saying for baseball? I don't know. I've always just preferred to do it in like a video format, because those videos always do really well. Love about to be under pressure, thrown into coverage perfectly, and score. Well, that's been the case so far. If the Cardinals don't get this first down, then it might be time to soon hit the panic button. And they don't. Wow. The Cardinals do not look good at the moment. Arizona still has a shot to win this game for sure. They do start the ball in the second half, but if the Bucs score here, they are in major trouble. That's a deep kick. Bucs starting with poor field position. So if you're the Cardinals, if you're down by 7 going into halftime, you have to be feeling pretty good, because you're down by 14 here, and the Cardinals start the ball in the second half, which is a big deal. I wouldn't say you guys have already lost yet. There's still plenty of time. And that's not a good start for the Cardinals. Jordan Love is still a diamond. Don't press the panic button. Blue Jays Joe Panic got you. He got you. He's got us. It'll probably bring us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half. The Bucs continuously expanding their lead. They're now up by 14 points, and they have the ball. Their offense has been flawless in this game. It's not a 3-score game, and it's not the second half, so we cannot legally sim it. It is a required law. Otherwise, I would be in prison. Second and 10, another incompletion. Back-to-back poor throws by Love. They're in field goal miss range. This is not field goal range. I don't remember who their kicker is offhand. If it's someone good, then maybe. Quick throw by Love. They don't get much. They are in field goal range now. They should be able to get the kick here, but this is a big stop for Arizona. A 50-yard kick. He should make it. He should. Oh, yeah, he drilled that. He probably would have made that from back at, like, the 37. Jason Myers. Yeah, Jason Myers is not known for his accuracy. He's known for his power. We aren't stopping them. Well, I mean, you're probably not going to stop them anytime soon. But if you're down by 10, going, let's say hypothetically the Cardinals score in their next 2 drives, then they're only down by 3. You wish we could sim blowouts in real life. I feel you. Smirnoff finds a wide-open Devontae Adams. It's been a shaky start for Smirnoff. He has not looked as good as the other MVP candidate, Joe Burrow, but there's still plenty of time. I mean, Alexei Smirnoff has made miracles in his career. Cough, cough, Hail Mary. More likely we throw a pick 6 with how EA has made Smirnoff look like Blake Bortles. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, Tampa Bay does have some good defensive backs. Down to 30 seconds and 1 timeout. If anyone can go deep, it's this man. And he does. It's Waller? No, that's Jamison Crowder, who gets out of bounds to the 13. As long as there's no clock management, the Cardinals are going to score points. Or if they turn it over. But if there's no turnover, no clock management, they're going to score. Just a matter if they get in the end zone or not. They got to call that timeout right now. So 16 seconds. You have it at the 5. I think you take a couple shots for the end zone. Watch them throw short from like the 2-yard. They don't even get to throw it. Sacked by Kenneth Murray. It is a 3-possession game going into halftime, which means we start the second half 7. Wow. I did not expect this game to be a sim, and I did not expect the team to be losing, being Arizona. Ah, yes, Daniel Norris, the legend. Was he the best prospect we got in that David Price trade? Eek. EA wants you to lose, or maybe the Bucs are better than we thought. Or maybe it's both. So if the game gets close again, we will hop back in, but if not, Tampa Bay appears to be in position to be going to the OFL Bowl. The Cardinals do convert there. Third and 2. They get it. Now, even if they score a touchdown, we will keep simming. And they do. Darren Waller does score. If the Bucs do not score on this drive, then maybe we consider hopping in. Third and 9. They don't get it. They will kick the field goal. It is a 2-score game with 11 minutes to go. So do we want to keep simming for a little bit? Or do we want to watch? Good shooting stats, but nope, 2K decides to make you miss. Oof. Sim. If the majority wants sim, we can keep simming for a little bit. Noob doesn't care. We should probably, because normally if it was a 2-score game, we would keep simming. I figured since it was a playoff game, we could always hop back in, but if this was a normal game, we would probably keep simming. Number vote for sim. Yeah, it looks like I made the right call. Now at the 5. Now at the 1, it looks like they're going to score. Maybe not on that play. 3rd and goal. Braxton Berrios scores. Okay. It's a 1-score game, so we're going to hop back in. Oh, shoot. The glitch. Okay, so now we can't sim for the rest of the game. Which probably won't matter. I don't think it'll be a 3-possession game at any point. I don't think the Cardinals' defense has gotten us. Well, they've stopped the Bucs from scoring touchdowns, but I'm pretty sure Tampa Bay has scored every drive. Oh, okay. We're not going to get the glitch. Fun. But if the Cardinals get one stop, they could make the miraculous comeback. The Bucs offense has back-to-back non-touchdown drives. They did score field goals on both of them. And in the first three possessions we watched, Tampa Bay's offense looked actually virtually unstoppable.
A gain of 11 on the play. And a Buccaneer first down.
Final play of the 3rd. A very long 3rd quarter, wink wink. Totally did not take 2 minutes in real time.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the
Us making a stop. It's possible. We didn't think the Cardinals' offense was going to get stopped at all last week, and at one point they did. So, I think the Rams' first stop was in the 4th quarter of that game. I mean, all you guys need is one turnover to completely flip the game back on its side.
intended for Terry McLaurin. Incomplete.
3rd and 6. Could this be the play the Cardinals are waiting for, or another first down from the Bucs? And Terry McLaurin wide open up the middle. He brings it to the 32. McLaurin's had a really good game. He has been the true #1 receiver for Jordan Love time and time again. Today has shown that. That is a gigantic conversion for the Bucs. Seems like they were starting to tail off a little bit, but they are back in field goal range.
Christian McCaffrey on the carry.
Cardinals have the #1 ranked defense. And we were talking about, I think last year we were talking about how Arizona had by far and away the best defense left, but not really showing it today. Another catch for McLaurin to the 16. Are you trying to cover the other team? It does not appear so. Does not appear so.
A gain of 9 yards.
If the Cardinals lose this game, does that make them the Packers of the OFL? Consistently making the NFC Championship, but can't winning it? Can't winning it. Yes, perfect grammar. The Cardinals can't winning the NFC Championship.
He's out of bounds at the 13-yard
Totally proper English.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7. Christian McCaffrey, the ball.
This is Ohio State's defense playing Alabama's offense. You're right. Terry McLaurin's Devontae Smith. Although I think Smith was doing a little bit better than Terry is. Not that Terry has been bad. He's been a machine. If you lose this game, you've given up on... Well, this core also went 12-4 and got the 1 seed. You're probably going to have to let some guys go who are expensive, but I wouldn't give up on it. Considering there's only 2 years left of OFL 21, your best chance of doing something is retooling the current core you have. First and goal, McCaffrey with the toss. He gets stopped.
Christian McCaffrey on the carry. A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
Bucks just have to keep chipping away at this clock. As long as Tampa Bay kicks a field goal here, they're only up by 2 possessions. Love, end zone. That's a touchdown for Cole Kmet. And the Bucks widen their lead as they try to shock the world. They're probably going to go for 2, aren't they? Yeah. You can head over DT. Well, I'll take DT. I mean, there are a few players I'm willing to, hand over. McCaffrey with the handoff, and he just bullies the defender for the 2-point conversion. I mean, that's Derrick Henry, that's one thing, but getting stiff-armed like that by McCaffrey? That might be the dagger. Might be. It's still a 2-possession game, so we're still going to watch. But if Arizona does not score a touchdown on this drive, then this game is officially done. A Jags-Bucks OFL Bowl may not have the MVP favorites pizzazz, but Tampa Bay is clearly showing us today that they would make that OFL Bowl a really fun game. Why is your defense designed for pass coverage scheme-wise? But nope. Well, it's also partly because Jordan Love has been nuts today. It looks like Smirnov's numbers are fine, so I guess he played pretty well in the sim. Which makes sense, considering they had 2 drives and scored on both of them.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Smirnov to Waller, to the... Oh, he's still on his feet! Oh, my goodness! 62-yard touchdown for Darren Waller, and the Cardinals are going to try to stay in this game for as long as they can. They needed to score, and they did quickly. So, I don't think that drive really could have gone a whole lot better for Arizona.
The kick is good. Makes the score Buccaneers 35. Cardinals 20.
They're not going to go for the onside kick yet. That's probably the smart move. I mean, it's not like they've really stopped McCaffrey today, but... Here we go. Can Tampa Bay chew the clock and punch their ticket to the OFL Bowl in a Florida battle between the Bucks and the Jags? Dolphins have to be feeling kind of left out. Although the Dolphins did have a better record than the Jets did. Dolphins went 10-6, right? I think they did. And Tampa Bay only won 9 games. The Bucks barely snuck into the playoffs. And now they appear to be in position to make the championship. But can they end it on this drive? Play action fake. Jordan Love. Short throw for Kmet. He gets the first. Is Arizona not going to call time? No, so that'll probably bring us to the 2-minute warning. The game clock and play clock are neck and neck. So are the Bucks going to run another play? I wouldn't. Oh, they do. Okay. I don't really know why they did that, but oh well. 2-minute warning. Bucks up by 7. They have the ball. All they have to do is chew some clock, get this first down, and end it. The Cardinals' defense, I don't think, has stopped the Bucks from scoring on any drive this entire game, but it is 3rd and like 5, so they could get it here. If they don't get it, then the game's done, pretty much. 3rd and 6. This could be it. Most important play maybe of the season. It's a handoff for McCaffrey. And he does not get it. What a tackle. I thought he was going to get the first down. So Arizona has a timeout and a minute 40. That is enough time. There are no excuses for Alexei Smirnov and friends. Kayvon Wallace, I think that was, I guess, based on the stats saying, with the biggest tackle of the year. Nearly a one-a-punt. That was really close. We should allow the Orlando Sentinels to be the what? I forgot to mention Orlando in my Florida Bowl comment. Yeah, Sentinels are the only bad team in Florida. Yeah, you guys have a chance. Time is somewhat on your side. You had a minute and a half. So clock should not be the issue. Crowder's not able to get himself out of bounds. Oh, we should allow the Sentinels to be for reps. Yes, that's a beautiful idea. Imagine seeing Tua just launching flags. What's good, Wesley? Welcome. If you don't win, it's definitely your defensive fault. They were bad. Waller gets out of bounds with 40 seconds of a 43. This game is not over. Cardinals still have that timeout, which they have to use at the right time. Imagine if Arizona actually makes this comeback and sends it to overtime. That would be pretty remarkable. Ooh, nice hit. That's not terrible for Arizona because it does stop the clock, but that was a pretty nice hit. 3rd and 4. Down to 35 seconds. They get the first and they get out of bounds, which is fine. But the clock did... Oh, they didn't even get it. So they're going to run it up the middle here? That seems kind of dumb. Kamara gets the first down. Kamara still alive. Kamara! Oh my goodness, a flag. No way. Kamara had like 20 yards before they called the flag. So if that's a holding, then that is really bad. That looks like an illegal block in the back. On Davante Adams. So the Cardinals get the first down, but the touchdown is called back. The clock does stop. Okay. So that penalty actually was kind of smart by Davante Adams, because now the clock stops. So that was a good play by him. Big brain. Smirnov up the middle. That'll bring it to about the 11th. They got to call their timeout to the 12th. Okay. They have 16 seconds and no timeouts. Watch Madden throw a check down for 5 yards. That's not the... Ooh! Had he caught that, they probably would not have been able to run another play. Adams ain't no bum. He did the right thing there. He stopped the clock. Kamara probably would not have scored had he not made that play. And the clock would have kept going. 2nd and 10. Adams ties it with 9 seconds. They actually did it. I don't believe it. I did not think they were going to do this. Is Arizona going to do this? Whoever gets the ball first wins the game, right? Can we pretty much just pencil that in? Whoever gets the ball wins the game. Unless the Bucks completely successfully launch this Hail Mary, which would be really funny if the Cardinals lost on a Hail Mary after all of this. That would be unbelievable. What a drive for Davante Adams. Not only did he catch the game-winning touchdown, but he stopped the clock on that Kamara play. So the Cardinals do make the kick with no problem. I think you got to go for either a squib or a sky kick, just so it does not go in the back of the end zone, so you can limit how much time the Bucks have. Or that works too, kicking it all void of a 1. Okay, so the Bucks don't score on the kick return. So are they going to run a Hail Mary? No, because they're weak. Jordan Love is an arm. Come on, Bucks. We want a Hail Mary. And Christian McCaffrey does not get down in time, so we are going to overtime. The Bucks were up by 3 scores going into the 3rd quarter. We started simming, but the Cardinals have made a comeback, tied at 35. Who starts the ball? That is a very important question. Tails never fails. The Bucks know what's up. Tampa Bay starts with the football. Tampa Bay knows what's up. Tails never fails, baby. It looked like McCaffrey was going to break one for a second. So the Bucks start the ball. No guarantee. They need a touchdown to end the game. Keep in mind. A field goal almost does nothing because Arizona gets the ball, and I trust the Cardinals' offense. But if the Bucks score a touchdown, then it doesn't matter. So I think the question is how the Bucks are going to score. I think it's pretty likely they're going to score. Bucks want the ball, and they're going to score. I agree. But if I was a Bucks fan and they scored a field goal, I would not be confident. If I was a Bucks fan now, I would be confident because their offense has shown that they have no problem finding the end zone. You'd be shocked if we stopped. I have a feeling Tampa Bay probably does score a touchdown here, but it's certainly not a guarantee. Octi saying stopping the clock better than the touchdown. Am I wrong? Because Kamara was not going to score on that play, right? So by doing that penalty, Devontae Adams stops the clock. If Kamara had been tackled, the clock would have kept running. Arizona had to use their timeout there. That was like a 3 timeout. And even if Kamara would have scored regardless, that still wasn't bad because now, instead of the Bucks having 40 seconds, they had 5 seconds. 3rd and 2. Can Arizona get the stop? That would be really something if they, after not getting the stop all day, get one in overtime and they don't because Christian McCaffrey is a menace. The Bucks are getting close to field goal range, which is to be expected, but can they get in the end zone? That is the burning question. The burning question of the day. You were fairly well, by doing the penalty, the Bucks had less time. So it actually did kind of work out regardless, but he big-brained it. 2nd and 3. Jordan Love looking to throw it. Why are there no names on the back of the Bucks jerseys? Oh, no, yeah, they are. It was just hard to see. Okay, never mind. When Jordan Love was going back to throw it, it looked like he did not have the name. I thought that was only a Diablo's thing. You can't do anything right. Well, your offense scored 35 points. They did that right. I don't know about the defense, but 2nd and 6. McCaffrey does not get the first, but he's close. 3rd and 1. They just got to keep feeding McCaffrey because it's worked. There's no reason to stop. That was close, but he definitely got it, yeah. The Bucks are inching closer and closer to the end zone. They are 12 yards away. I was about to say inches, but they're definitely not inches. But it feels like inches comparing to where they started, I guess. Short throw for CMC. He gets about 5. It should be illegal for milkshakes to be super difficult to suck up with a straw. Well, I'm not a milkshake guy, but you're not wrong, Chief. Second and 6. Love play action fake. Can this be the dagger? Not quite. Now, if the Cardinals get a stop here, it doesn't. The time doesn't really matter because in overtime you have to. In overtime, as long as the first team doesn't score a touchdown, the other team gets the whole drive in the playoffs, and that's not gonna matter. McLaurin walks it off for the Bucks, so it's Tampa Bay at Jacksonville. The Cardinals made it real close at the end, sending it to overtime. They should have gone for 2. I probably would not have gone for 2 there when it was 35-34. I don't blame them. But the Bucks walk it off in style. The Cardinals put up a fight late, but it's Tampa Bay who ends the impressive season of Alexei Smirnoff and the 12-4 Cardinals. So it'll be Tampa Bay and Jacksonville. One of those teams is going to win the OFL Bowl. Well, in hindsight, obviously they should have gone for 2. But do you trust the Cardinals to get 2 yards? And I mean, there was a 50-50 shot whether they started with the ball or not in overtime. So both quarterbacks were really good. I think Jordan Love was a little bit better than Smirnoff, even though Smirnoff's passer rating is slightly higher. They were both impressive. McCaffrey was very good. Kamara was a little bit banged up. Did not quite run for 280 yards. Terry McLaurin was really good. Devontae Adams rebounded in a big way. Twitter trolls will say this is Smirnoff salt and call him Alexei Smirnoff, or Alexei Smear fraud. Yes, Darren Waller, 3 catches, but 2 of them went for scores. No sack. There was literally no defense in this game. One sack by Kenneth. Well, that was a big sack. Wasn't that at the end of the first half? Yeah, no turnovers and nothing. So we'll look at Pro Bowlers. We'll see who went up in dev. And then that'll end the stream. I think the Bucs and the Jags is going to be a fun game. For storylines, it would have been cool to see Smirnoff play Burrow. But Tampa Bay's a really fun team. They showed it today. They've shown it throughout the playoffs. And obviously, we know Jacksonville, they're 14-2. They're the best team in the regular season. But I'm really surprised Tampa Bay won that game. And credit to them. They played really well. Let's see who ends up making the Pro Bowl. We can simcast for Pro Bowl too if you guys want. Oh, we can't play the... You can't play the Pro Bowl if you're the Super Bowl team? That's so dumb. Why is that the case? Oh, well. Why are there 2 breakout players for the Bulldogs? That doesn't make sense. Pro Bowl quarterback Smirnov, Keith, Kyler, Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers, and Phil Chippendale. All 6 of those guys made the playoffs. That's kind of ironic. And Jordan Love and Burrow would have made it had they not been playing in the OFL Bowl. Arnold! Fullback one in the AFC. I think the Jets have the top 2 receivers with A.J. Brown and Davidson. That's pretty impressive. Jeremiah Harris for rookie. Really odd group of receivers. Wait, did Juju make it? Where's Juju? How did Juju not get in? That's so dumb. Juju got snubbed. Come on, game. Juju got robbed. We only had 1 Pro Bowler. No, we had 2. Nite Muti made it. Okay. I feel like that's a little bit disrespectful. Of course, Barrett and Garrett. Who is L. David? Oh, Levante David is the top defensive tackle over Aaron Donald. That's funny. I was going to say, who's this 76 overall scrub? Jelani Tavai makes it, of course. Tampa Bay is super good to watch. They went 3-0 in the playoffs. They beat Arizona. So. Ooh, Xavier Cheeks. Nice. Who is Sewell? A 60 overall strong safety made the Pro Bowl. How? Who is D. Sewell? I have no idea who that person is. Huh? It's like that guy on the Chiefs who had like 5 interceptions as like a 60 overall a couple years ago. Who is this person? I have no idea who this guy is. It's not like he constantly puts up good numbers. I have no clue who this person is. Danny Sewell on the Titans. He is a 60 overall. I have no clue who this guy is. 94 tackles and interception. Do they seriously have no one better? That's like one of the lowest overall safeties in the game. He's tied for the worst safety in the OFL. And he's the only one on their roster. Could have moved one of those guys. Oh, wow. That's funny. Here, let me save it real quick. Why did the Bulldogs have 2 breakout challenges, though? That literally makes no sense. We're in the Pro Bowl. Ooh, I want to simcast for Pro Bowl. That's right, I forgot. Who wins, the AFC or the NFC? The AFC is a 97, the NFC is a 95. And then the dev ups is going to be really interesting. What if Smirnov doesn't go up in dev? Then this will be a really depressing day for Cardinals. First they lose and then their quarterback doesn't move up. If the game gets close, maybe we'll hop in. But it's for Pro Bowl. We really don't care. Good start for the NFC. A lot of defense so far. You don't normally see that in the Pro Bowl. AFC tacks on 7. NFC with a late field goal. Then they quickly score. Yeah, it looks like the NFC has this one in the bag. The AFC really only scored 14 points. Oof. Well, the NFC is definitely the better conference, so I guess that makes sense. Hey, there's Mr. Smirnov. Alexei Smirnov won a game today. And it was a Pro Bowl. Wow, Smirnov actually played really well. Holy smokes. Of course, the backups never got a snap because that's how EA works. Zeke played really well. O.J. Howard led in receptions. There's Nicholas Davidson in the big game. Devontae Adams played well. Looks like the NFC got a lot of sacks. Devin White with 16 tackles. You love to see it. Fred Warner, Aaron Donald, T.J. Watt, all with 1.5 sacks. Garrett had 1, half a sack for Justin Reed, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Levante David. Isaiah Pryor of a rookie with an interception. Nick Bosa of the fumble force and recovery. Did anyone miss a kick? Aldrich Rosas did. Why did Evan Engram only get 1 catch for 5 yards? Probably because he wasn't tight end 1. And if you're not a starter in the Pro Bowl, you're not playing. Because EA is weird. Alright, time to see who went up in Dev. Or at least all of the superstars. And then that will conclude our stream. Tampa Bay and Jacksonville. That's going to be a fun game. I'm excited to see who wins that. I owned a trophy, Pro Bowler. Well, considering I usered all 32 teams, my teams have all the Pro Bowlers. Most highly... I thought I was about to say the most highly anticipated game ever. I mean, it's one of.